Hello student, today we are going to talk about the minerals or we are going to start the second unit of our syllabus, that is mineral nutrients. It is not the second unit, we can say it is the second part of unit number 1 of the plant physiology. Now in this regard we can say the minerals nutrients are the most important requirement for the plants. Now in first part we have gone through the parameter like plant water relationship. In this plant water relationship we have seen that the different parameter like diffusion, osmosis, then plasmolysis, all these different parameters we have discussed in our part 1. Now in second part we are going to talk about the mineral nutrients. Now as we know that plant as a living organism or as a living beings on a earth, they also required a particular type of nutrients. So these nutrients are available in the form of different facts. We can say the minerals is absorbed through the soil by the help of water, and then it is utilized by the plants. Now basically there are two types of nutrients. The first we called it as a macro elements or micro element and macro element. Now these are the two main important types of the nutrients, or we can say mineral nutrients, depending on the requirement for the plants. Now as we can say there will be a NPK and along with that NPK, Mg, Ca, Fe, Zn, then BO and other minerals are also there. Now these different minerals are required by the plants for their growth. Now micro and macro, these are the two types of elements depending on the requirement of that particular element. Say for example macronutrients. These macronutrients are required by the plant for their growth and for their development in a larger quantity, whereas these micronutrients are required in a very lower quantity, or we can say it is required in a very less quantity. Now how the minerals will utilized by this plant or taken up by the plant. Say for example, when we discuss the first part of that is plant water relationship, in that we gone through the fact that plant utilizes the capillary water which is available as a bounded water to the different particles. म्हणजे साध्या भाषेत सांगायचं तर झाडांना कोणतं पाणी लागतं तर त्यांना कॅपिलरी वॉटर हे यूजफुल वॉटर असतं. आणि कॅपिलरी वॉटर म्हणजे काय, तर जमिनीमध्ये किंवा सॉईलमध्ये वेगवेगळे जे पार्टिकल्स असतात त्या पार्टिकल्सला आजूबाजूला चिकटलेलं किंवा अटॅच झालेलं जे पाणी असतं त्या पाण्याला आपण म्हणतो कॅपिलरी वॉटर. व्हॉट इज कॅपिलरी वॉटर? कॅपिलरी वॉटर इज दी वॉटर दॅट इज अवेलेबल to the plants, which is available to the plants and it is utilized by the plant for their growth. मग आता हे जे पाणी आहे कॅपिलरी वॉटर, this capillary water, not only water, this water is having the addition of these mineral nutrients. So this capillary water is first absorbed by the root hairs. मग आता काय होते की जे पार्टिकल्सला लागलेलं पाणी आहे ते पार्टिकल्सला लागलेलं पाणी पहिले रूट हेअर्स जे असतात त्याच्यामध्ये absorb केल्या जातं. Now as we have gone through the process that is diffusion, osmosis, plasmolysis, these particular processes helps in the uptake of water. म्हणजे या तीन पैकी आता असं म्हणू आपण की ऑस्मोसिस नावाची प्रोसेस आहे. तर ही ऑस्मोसिस नावाची प्रोसेस काय करते किंवा डिफ्युजन नावाची प्रोसेस काय करते, न्यूट्रिएंट्स, मिनरल्स आणि पाणी या सगळ्याला ॲब्सॉर्ब करण्यासाठी मदत करते. So these material or these particular parameters get absorbed by the root hairs. From the root hairs it will come to the epidermal part and then it is utilized by the, or it is given to the epidermal part. From epidermal part it is transported to the next level, that is cortex region, and from cortex region it will come towards the xylem, and from xylem this water get moved towards the forward through the process of this diffusion or osmosis, and it will reach to the different organs. Now this water is having the ॲडिशन ऑफ द मिनरल्स. मग आता हे जे वॉटर असतं या वॉटरमध्ये सुद्धा काय आहे, वेगवेगळ्या प्रकारचे मिनरल्स ॲड केलेले असतात किंवा ॲड झालेले असतात आणि मग ते ॲड झालेले मिनरल्स काय होतात या झाडांना वापरण्यासाठी किंवा यूज करण्यासाठी घेतल्या जातात. नाव these basic nutrients that we called it as a NPK, Mg, Ca, Fe, Zn, Bo. So these are nothing but the basic nutrients which is required by the plants for their growth. Now the requirement of this particular material or nutrients is in a different level. It is required for the growth of that plant. Say for example NPK, these are the most important type of nutrients which is required in all type of plants as a large quantity, and some of these, say for example boron, zinc, then other organic material is there that is required in very less quantity. We call them as a micronutrients or micro elements. So basically nutrients required by the plants are categorized into two different parameters. One is known as micronutrients. Simply micronutrients are the nutrients which is required in a low level or low quantity by the plants, whereas macronutrients are the nutrients or the type of nutrients which is required in a large quantity by the plants. Now these particular nutrients, say for example micronutrients or macronutrients, these basic nutrients is required by the plant is absorbed and it is uptaken by two processes. One is known as passive process and another known as active process. So this passive process and active process plays an important role in the uptake of this particular parameter or uptake of these particular minerals. Now as we talk about this passive, this is also known as ion exchange theory, or through the ion exchange theory it is proved that the water or minerals get uptaken by the plants. And the another type of nutrient uptake is there, that is known as active type of method or active method is there, that we called it as a carrier concept, or that is studied through the process known as carrier concept. So we can say that basically the minerals is absorbed, it is available in a soluble form, it is available in a form to get to the plants as a water. So they absorb, plants absorb this water, and this absorbed water is having the content like NPK, Mg, Ca, Fe, Co, then Zn, Bo. Likewise the parameter is available in the we can say water, and these solutes or these particular parameters get transferred through the process that is known as active and the passive type of methods. So both type of method we are going to discuss in the upcoming lecture. So here we stop with this discussion that the two types of nutrients is there available in water, or it is soluble in water and it is available to the plants, and it is taken up by the two processes, that is the mineral uptake process. First is active process and another is the passive process. So here we stop with this. In upcoming lecture we are going to talk about this in detail about these minerals, micronutrients and macronutrients, and their deficiencies. What are the deficiency and their symptoms which caused by the deficiency of this particular type of nutrients. So read this particular parameter from the book, and in upcoming lecture we will discuss this particular parameter.